Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy PJ2 Hot here. I'm back for another video. Today I'm doing a video about Sony's E3 press conference. This is a review. If you hear all this background noise, for one, that's my air conditioner right there, and the second one is my computer's right there, and I got the fan on loud. So sorry about that. But now back to the subject. I got about 10 minutes or less on this video, so I'm trying to get through it without having to run out of space like I did the last time on that review that I had to do twice for Microsoft one. But I'm wasting time talking about that right now. First of all, they started the conference right off with The Last Guardian. Alright? And it's actually coming, I think. It should, if it doesn't get delayed again. That game was announced when the PS3, I think, first came out. And it's 2015, we're on the PS4, and that game still hasn't came out yet. It's been delayed that long, back to back to back to back. And it's finally coming out, supposedly, next year. So hopefully it releases this time, and it's actually going to come out, because it's been way long overdue. And it better be good too. It better not be like a travesty like Duke Nukem Forever. But okay, so we get on with that. It was great. You know, I want to play the game. I really do. The next, I think they showed, oh yeah, like they showed Guerrilla Games' new game called Horizon, I think, and it looked incredible. The graphics were absolutely amazing. It looked great. It's good to see them make another game, a different game besides Killzone, because you know Guerrilla Games, like almost their whole entire lifespan, they have been creating Killzone games. I think they made one non Killzone game. Well, I think their first game wasn't a Killzone game. I think that was the only game they had made since then that wasn't a Killzone game until now. So they pretty much been making Killzone back to back. So it's, and you could tell that the developers are actually happy that they're doing something different besides Killzone. Now I like Killzone. It's one of my favorite shooters on PlayStation. Some of y'all might look at me like, what? Like Killzone sucks. Like Killzone is good. It's usually hated because it's not your average first-person shooter. Killzone is a lot different. And a lot of people don't like it because it's different and that you can't do the same stuff that you can do with other shooters, and that's what makes it great. But it's different, so things that are different, people don't like things that are different for some particular reason. But let's move on to the next step. I'm trying to get through this to get my thoughts on it as best as possible in a short amount of time, because I usually talk a lot of my videos like I'm doing right now. But I'm trying to get to the key stuff that I remember. I know they got they brought this one dude talking about, oh, that's right, they are remastering Final Fantasy VII. Alright, now I never owned Final Fantasy VII. I've played it, but I've never owned it. The only thing I played was that demo. I remember back on PS1, my sister had a PS1, and I used to play it all the time. And we had demo discs. You know, back then you could buy like a PlayStation magazine and get a demo disc with it, and it had Final Fantasy VII demo on there. And I played it back to back over and over and over and over. I played it like 24/7. Like I used to, and I never got bored of that demo. I just kept playing it. It was so freaking fun. And I always wondered the name of the game back then, but I never knew the name of the game, even though the demo had the name of the game on it. But see, back then I didn't pay attention to the words. I just paid attention to the picture. I paid attention to what I was seeing, so I didn't pay attention to the name. When I was always wondering what it was called, when I finally figured out it was Final Fantasy VII, I was on PS2 then, so you know, it was just I had moved on to the next console. So I'm happy they're actually remaking that game, not remastering, remaking it, and do it right. I hope it has that same joy and fun factor that the original one on PS1 had. And I really am sad that I missed out on it, and I really got to catch up on it. The next thing they also announced Shenmue 3. Now, I think I played the first Shenmue. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I think I played the first Shenmue. I didn't play the second one though. I think I played the first one. I'm not too sure which one it was, but I think it was the first one, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was very fun, but it's been a while. It's been a long time, you know what I mean? So I really barely remember it, but I do remember the franchise and the game. But looking forward to that. It was actually a Kickstarter that they announced, and they funded it. They got over like $2 million. Like, people are funding it. They want it. And it's just been announced, I think, that Sony is now officially funding it. So it's probably going to be only on PlayStation now. Similar to Street Fighter 5, since they funded Street Fighter 5. But, so yeah, good for Sony on that. Good job. They also announced some Disney Infinity 3. Now, I like Disney Infinity, But that game's not worth to be taking up time in the E3 press conference. Like they mentioned Star Wars. I'm thinking about to talk about Star Wars Battlefront, and they over here talking about Star Wars on Disney Infinity. Like, I love Disney Infinity. It is a fun game. I still got that on Disney Infinity 1. It's over there collecting dust because I haven't played it in a while. I mean, it's got dust all over. But it's a fun game and stuff, but it's not worth an E3 press conference. It's not even worth the really. It's just a game that just should be mentioned during trailers on YouTube. Like, nothing really big about it. It's not that great. You know, it's fun, especially to play with friends and family, but not that much to have an E3 press conference for. But mention it during it. But the next thing I had to say I liked was, besides Disney Infinity, they showed more Star Wars Battlefront. Which, by the way, that Star Wars Battlefront gameplay that I saw in E3s. I mean, I said E3. Well, it was E3, but I saw at EA's, you know, press conference. The multiplayer one was absolutely amazing. I'm getting that day one. I'm about to get ready and pre-order the deluxe edition. I think it's called the deluxe edition, or I forgot what I think it's called the deluxe edition. I am getting that. I am getting that game day one. I love Star Wars Battlefront. I am looking so forward to the game. I got chill bumps watching that gameplay. I was dying to see what the game was going to look like. Please, EA, do not disappoint me. I love Star Wars Battlefront more than Battlefield. I love it. Definitely love it way more than Call of Duty. Heck, I love it more than Killzone. I love Star Wars Battlefront. That's my favorite shooter of all time, next to SOCOM. You know what I mean? Next to SOCOM. So I love it. I just, please, EA, do not disappoint me on that. That game looks so good. But it was also at Sony's E3 press conference too. They showed the co-op and the survival mode. Looked great. The next thing I'm trying to remember they got to was, I know they showed another game called, well they showed No Man's Sky. They still didn't show enough. I know the dude was limited to showing 3 minutes, so they couldn't really get as much as they probably wanted to. But it looks great. I'm looking forward to No Man's Sky, but they need to talk. They need to really show more of what you can do. They've talked about it, they showed it, but they need to show more really of what you can do. And the amount of worlds that you can go to, it's impossible to beat this game. You know, I don't think it's even beatable. Like, every star that you see in space is an actual solar system that you can go to. I mean, literally every single star. It's like thousands and thousands and there's probably over 10,000 worlds that you can go to. And that's so much, it's impossible to beat that. If you beat that, then you got no life, or you just gotta really sit down and play it every single day 24/7 without going to sleep. That game is impossible to beat, and I like that. I like that it's like a never-ending experience. I love that. You know, another game that they went to was I know they had another one called Final Fantasy Worlds, or was it Final Fantasy Heroes, whatever. It looked interesting, looked alright, but not what I was really. I was thinking that's gonna talk about Final Fantasy 15, but they didn't even show it. They didn't even mention it. That I don't think they mentioned it. If they did, it was at I think Square Enix had a press conference that I had no idea that they was having. I had no idea that they was having a press conference at all. I didn't figure it out until like a later on down the line. I was like, wait a minute, they had a press conference? I had no idea, so I missed out on that. I didn't watch Ubisoft's press conference either, because they showed Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Nobody cares about that. I like Unity, but now I'm tired of Assassin's Creed. I'm probably not going to buy Syndicate. Forget Syndicate. I'm not even talking about it. But let's move on. They went to showing well, now Activision's now doing what they did with Xbox, with Call of Duty on Xbox. They just flipped it. They're doing it now on PS4. All map packs now come out first on the PS4. Really, I don't care whatsoever, because I wasn't finna probably. I don't care about Call of Duty really. I'm not even too sure if I'm finna get Black Ops 3. If I do, it's only for zombies. That's specifically only for zombies if I do get it. But yeah, they announced it that they was doing. So like what they did with Xbox 360 last year, they got the map packs first. Now now PlayStation's finna get the map packs first, and the Xbox finna get it last. Activision was pretty much kissing Xbox behind last gen. And now they're kissing Sony's behind this gen. Like, it's very funny. When Xbox was more successful, they put the map packs on there first. Now that PlayStation, which PS3 did surpass the Xbox last gen, it finally beat it in sales close to the end of the gen. You know what I mean? But now that since Sony's doing a lot more better than Microsoft right now, they say, you know what? We're going to give y'all the map packs first. It doesn't matter. I mean, even Xbox, you're going to get the map packs regardless. Everybody's going to get them, so I really could care less. But let's move on to the next subject. They showed Uncharted 4. Uncharted That right there, that was E3. You know what I mean? That was E3. Uncharted 4 looked... But yeah, sorry about that. My camera cut off again. But yes, Uncharted 4's multiplayer was absolutely fantastic. What Naughty Dog knows how to do, they know how to immerse you into the game. Like, it makes you feel like you were actually there. You know, I was amazed from what Naughty Dog showed. What they showed was amazing. It was like extraordinary. Like, I just cannot describe how I felt when I watched it. Naughty Dog, Rockstar, CD Red Projects, and Rocksteady are the best developers out there that make you really feel like you were in that world. And no other developers that I can think of right now really can do that. You know what I mean? They really cannot do that. It's Naughty Dog, good job with Uncharted 4. It was an impressive demo. I really cannot wait to play that game, and I can't wait to even get the Uncharted collection, because I'm definitely going to buy it too, because if you buy it, you get the Uncharted 4 beta, and I'm not missing out on that. So I cannot wait for Uncharted 4. Alright? That game is going to be amazing. It's incredible. To be, you know, like, I'm trying not to be biased, but I think Sony had the best conference, and I'm really not trying to be biased and a fanboy. I'm just keeping it real, 100%. That's my opinion. I think Sony had the best conference, especially when it comes to shock value. They really shocked you more with the stuff that they announced more, besides Microsoft's announcement for backwards compatibility. You know, besides that, but they really, you know, shocked you more with the games that they announced. So Sony, good job with this conference, and to Microsoft too. Both of them did an amazing job with this conference. It's going to be a good year for Sony and Microsoft, but next year is definitely going to be a good year for both Sony and Microsoft. So we're going to have a lot of good games coming out this year, from Uncharted 4 to Halo 5. And when Quantum Break from Microsoft finally comes out, we're going to have so many great, and The Last Guardian for PlayStation for next year. You know, it's going to be a good year. I really cannot wait. But anyways, though, this is my review for the Sony press conference. Well, the Sony E3 press conference. But it's your boy PJ Too Hot. Peace. And I'm tired of my camera always cut.